Welcome back. We're going to continue playing Rats Wars 1 Normal Mode campaign. We're moving on to Mission 10. This is going to be the last mission in the Blue Moon area. This one also has two different missions to it, so we're going to go ahead and play the one I have not tried yet. Olaf's Sea Strike. I think we can choose our crow once more. I think we'll go with Andy for this one.
Leave it to me.
Again, Andy's my favorite commanding officer, so I might as well play him when I get the chance. Mission 10, Olaf's Sea Strike. Let's see, I can't remember what this one is.
Give me a break.
I actually don't remember playing this one before. Give me a break, not this guy again. What's wrong, Max? You don't like fighting Olaf? It's just another sea battle. I like my fights on solid ground. I'd take a tank over a cruiser any day.
Do you need me to explain?
No, we don't need to explain. Just that these rocket waves give me a little, We got this. Time to spend this grandpa home. Alright, kid, let's move out. Alright, so, we do have, another new unit for you guys. The cruiser. It's another sea unit. Looks very similar to the battleship. It's pretty much just a little mini battleship in a way. But this one is an anti-submarine naval ship. It only uses its missiles against subs. It can attack them whether they're dived or not. And they are fairly effective. As you guys can see here, my cruiser versus Olaf's sub, 90% damage. So it practically destroys them in one shot. I was a little bit quiet. I forgot to move my mic forward. So in any case, yeah, so the cruiser, decent vision. It has 3, a lot of fuel. It also has an anti-air gun on top of it, and it can attack copters and planes alike. But it's not very strong. It's the only anti-air sea unit. But it's expensive, and it doesn't really do a crazy ton of damage to air units, even though it's an anti-air. So, you know, take that, you know, with a grain of salt. That it can attack air units, but isn't exactly good for it. It's mostly good against submarines. So anyways, for this map, I actually don't remember playing this ever. This might be a map they included on the reboot camp. But in any case, looks like we can either root the enemy, or we can go and send our landers to capture the HQ. It's interesting they gave us an injured T-copter here, and they didn't mention anything about it, but the T-copter can be used to transport infantry across the sea really easily, so I think we'll go ahead and my ground troops aren't going to be able to do anything over here, so we'll just go ahead and load them into the lander. I'm going to load probably an infantry into this one alongside a recon, and this top one's going to have a medium tank and a tank. And we're going to keep our units in the reefs hidden away so that way Olaf can't destroy them. So there's a reef here. There's a reef here with my battleship as well. We're going to move out and see what we can see. We've got a battleship over there. It's out of range, so we're going to try and move over here. Stay hidden in the reef, and we'll see what Olaf does on his turn. So now we can move this lander over into the reef over here. These units that get left behind, unfortunately, they have nothing else to do, so they can just do whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and attack the submarine here. I think it's worth it. And then, instead of finishing it off with my submarine, I'd rather get my submarine underwater as soon as possible. So we're going to go ahead and do that here. So we also have another battleship here, a lander as well, and another submarine. We're going to move the T-copter back, maybe pick up a mech if we can, and we'll put our battleship into the reef. We have one more cruiser. Because the subs are in the north, I'm actually going to go ahead and move this cruiser over here as well. Make sure I'm out of reach of that battleship. Alright, let's see what he does. Get moving. Yeah, right there. Get him. Ha ha ha. Oh, and the cruiser found my sub. Oh, and the sub found my sub. But I don't think he has many units to attack with. He does have the sub in the top, and it will attack my submarine. But because it's open, I can actually destroy it with my own cruiser as well. Alright, so this one, we're going to use my cruiser, attack this sub right here. Then we can use this sub to attack, this cruiser to attack his submarine. There we go. And now my battleship can actually take care of his cruiser. It's in the open. And let's go ahead. We're probably going to take care of this battleship, like so. And we'll use my submarine to kill his. So now this battleship, it is in range of my cruiser, or in attack range. However, he can't see it, I don't think. I don't think he has any vision. So far what I can see are these two units, and they don't really provide good vision on their own. So, I think we're good to go. We're going to send our landers this way. Not sure if he has any more C units, but we're about to find out. So he has his co-power, and he doesn't hesitate to use it.
Blizzard!
So I believe... Oh, he still has that injured sub, and so... And it looks like he might have another battleship as well. That's okay. Taking some casualties will happen. Let's go ahead and use my power as well.
Time for it. Hyper repair.
Alright, so this battleship's still in range, so we can go here. Because of the snow, I can't actually reach it to destroy it, which is a little bit sad. We can destroy this sub here. And we're going to have to go find that battleship. It looks like it's somewhere in the north. But we can attack this one as well. So now that battleship is practically destroyed. We'll move out over here. This one will go over here. And then my T-Copter can start flying over. One thing to know about cruisers is you can actually load air units, copters actually, transport copters and battle copters into the cruisers, just like how the infantry can get into APCs or vehicles can get into landers. Cruisers can carry copters across distances. I think they also refuel their fuel and ammo after one turn though. Just a little bit of a tip. So hello, Mr. Battleship. Okay, so again, let's see. I think we'll use my T-Copter up here, see if there's anything in this reef. No, there is not. So we're going to move this one as well. Nothing over here. So I don't know what attacked me. It could actually be a rocket on the mainland too. Let's go ahead and attack the lander. So it's not a rocket. There's nothing over there. So it's probably a battleship in this reef in the north. So let's go ahead and move my battleship over here so I can start getting to range of the enemy units. We're going to go ahead and move and drop my Mina tank off here. So this is how he's getting a little bit of vision through his recon. But it's not really going to help him now. Because I don't think he has anything that can kill my Mina tank. Oh, nope, he's got two ranged units. Two ranged units, so I take one is in this forest, maybe an artillery and maybe a rocket here, perhaps. Either way, he did do a little bit of damage to me. Using the T-Copter to scout the reef. So there is a battleship right here. So let's go ahead and start destroying it. See, because he doesn't have a lot of vision in the ocean, I think I'm safe to move my battleship right here. Let's go ahead and start destroying the tank. Destroy the recon. This lander can go back. This one... We're just going to stay hidden in the reef for now. Alright, and then, yeah, we can just relax. See what he does. So he has his power again.
Can you?
Again, all his power isn't exactly, painful. It's just more of annoying. But because most of my units that need to move out are close to his units, I don't have to worry too much about him using his power. So let's go ahead and destroy this battleship really quick. So my submarines are running off fuel, so I'm going to rise this one in the reef so he cannot see it. Next turn, I will regroup my two units, and they'll combine their total fuel, preventing them from crashing. Or sinking in that case. So let's see, we need to support this tank. Let's try to hit that. I think I will use my co-power just so that I can help my tank down there.
Hyper repair.
There we go. And we're gonna move this one over here. Start killing the infantry on those cities. Yeah, so he doesn't have anything that can kill my tank right now, which is good. So let's go ahead and combine these two, and now they have 18 fuel. So that means they're not going to be crashing anytime soon. Unless I take too long to do this mission. We're going to destroy his infantry here, destroy his tank. Keep my tank hidden for now. Alright, and then because I think his tank retreated, we are actually probably free to put my recon. I'll put my recon over here and the infantry down there. So if this is a rocket, he should be able to see this lander and probably attack it this next turn. Let's find out. Yes, he does have a rocket. Okay. Well, that's actually good news for me, as I can use my battleship here, and the battleship over here as well. And let's go ahead and start scouting it out. Let's use the tank because it's already hurt. There it is. Now we can attack it with the recon. And we'll go ahead and start moving the infantry out as well. We'll put the mech right here as well. Let's emerge that submarine so it doesn't use as much fuel. And we're pretty much done. That's all the units he has left on the field, I believe. Infantry attacked the T-copter. Didn't do much damage. Let's destroy that infantry. I think there's an artillery over here. Yes. So we'll use the mech here. Start attacking with the recon. And next turn we'll be able to destroy that artillery, no problem. And we should finish this mission. So it took a little bit longer than I think maybe I should have. But overall, since this is the first time I'm even seeing this map, it's not too bad. Another defeat. He will not be pleased with me if this losing streak continues. Grit, where are you now? Yes, sir? Get out there and stop that cursed Orange Star army. Easier said than done, boss. You didn't leave me anything to work with. That's like what you said last time. Don't get saucy. Rally the troops and do something. I have to go and pay him my respects. Don't fail me. Alright, we're going to skip that. It's pretty much like the same thing as last time. That was really cold. Alright, we still got a 300, so that's really cool. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that map before. Hello. Alright, don't worry about Hachi's shop. That's just for me playing. Alright, cool. And that's another mission finished. So now we have the other version of Mission 10, History Lesson. This is the one I always play, Max versus Grit. And again, this is another one on the sea. I think Max will probably say the same thing he did last time. Reefs over here, woods over there, hiding places everywhere. Man, this place was made for Grit and his indirect combat units. Grit already surprised my transport copter with a cruiser, and I know he's got some subs too. I need to figure out my play. I have a cruiser too, but what's wrong, Max? No, we don't need to learn about cruisers. No, I'm good. I'm just weighing all my options. Boy, this battlefield is tailor-made for Grit and its indirect combat units. I wish we could rush in and get to stomping. But I know that's not the smart play. We need to use terrain and creep up on it. That's the only way we'll be victorious here. Alright, so again, going to be very similar to the last one. We're going to just slowly take our time going through the fog. Take out his sea units as quickly as possible. And then we'll land over here and I will have to capture his HQ. It'll take too long for me to find all his ground units and destroy them with the small army that I have. So let's see. So I'm going to leave my ground troops on the mainland for now. Might go ahead and load the mech into this lander. Maybe this recon as well. No, actually I take it back. We're going to leave the recon on the ground. I'm going to start capturing that city just because. Move this recon up. See what is around. Nothing so far. Okay, so these woods are clear, so we can go ahead and move our tanks straight up the middle. This lander is going to pick up units on this shore if I need them. So we do have this submarine here, but we do have a cruiser that can instantly destroy it because of Max's extra firepower. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually just move our submarines out, dive them, and then just see what we can find. Let's go ahead and put our battleship into the reef as well. Submarines don't have to worry about going into reefs as long as they're submerged, so it's the benefit of submarines. Especially Max submarines because they're extra powerful. Again, this T-copter, not really going to be useful, but I will go back and pick up this mech. Might as well. So I'm pretty sure Grit has some extra C units, so we'll just stay right here and dive as well. Okay, and we'll go ahead and end our turn here. Well, here we are again. Frankly, this whole situation doesn't sit well with me, but I guess I gotta stop fooling around and rep our team. I figure the best way to stop these boys in their tracks is to take out their landers first. Yeah, that'll keep them from shuffling those ground troops around. Reckon I best get started. And then, like I mentioned before, even though Max has weaker indirects, it doesn't mean his battleship is, totally ineffective. It can still do a lot of damage. Same thing goes for Grit. Even though he has weak direct combat units, they're still, worth some trouble. So he's just out of reach with my battleship on his cruiser, but I do believe I saw his submerged here, so we can actually scout it out. I'm willing to use this lander to do that, I think. Since I don't really need 2 landers, I can just have 1. Oh, it's not there. We can use this one. It's somewhere here. There it is. We can go ahead and destroy with our cruiser, because why not? I don't know if he has more subs, but if he does, then we can just use my own subs to destroy them. Go ahead and capture here, I guess. Why not? He left his artillery in the open. However, based on prior knowledge, I know there's like a rocket here, I think. So I think for now what we're going to do is we're going to use the battleship to attack his artillery and keep our units hidden. Because he's going to get his super snipe next turn, and I'd rather stay hidden if I can. Let's go ahead and back up 1 space. And unless he goes next to the forest, he shouldn't be able to see my units. Go ahead and move out here. So there's nothing in range yet. We'll go ahead and destroy this lander as well. And his cruiser might try to charge forward, but it won't have anything to kill.
It's time to take you down.
So here comes his super snipe.
Snipe attack.
Or snipe attack, sorry. Super snipe is his special super power in Advance Wars 2. Okay, so he hit the lander with his rocket and used the damaged artillery on my cruiser. And then he found my other submarine, which is not a problem. In fact, I have my code power ready. Let's go ahead and use it.
You're gonna get hurt.
You're going to get hurt. Unlike Olaf, Grit doesn't have much of a navy. He does have a lot of ground troops though. And so with my coat power, actually, because I get, what was it, 50%? So 35% extra firepower, so that's what? Like 85% firepower. And 1 movement, my sub can actually go over here, and I'm going to attack his cruiser. I want to go like this. Bam. Even though the subs are bad against cruisers, Grit's cruisers are weaker, and Max's with his coat power are really strong, so I can actually counter him this way. Again, there is a rocket up here, so we just need to stay hidden from it. As long as he has enough vision, we're usually safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So his rocket can only hit up to this tank. So even though this infantry is next to my medium tank, he can't actually reach it. But I do need to be careful. So maybe I can use the battleship to help out here. So we can go like this, and we'll take it out. Then we can use the recon to take out the artillery. And then now this infantry only have 2 visions, so he should not be able to see my recon. I can actually move out here. There we go. And then I know there's a battleship over in this reef up top, or somewhere over there, so let's go ahead and start getting some vision over there. I'll charge my submarine as well. Oh, it's not even in the reef, it's in the open, so no need to worry about that. And we'll just stay in the reefs with everybody else.
Huh?
Time to regroup. Yep, time to regroup, Grit. So yeah, so as long as he doesn't have vision, he cannot see my units, therefore he won't attack me. And like I said, there is a rocket over here, so let's go ahead and find it with my APC. Like this. There. Oh, actually it's an artillery. I thought it was a rocket. Okay, that's fine. Destroy it. And just outreach. I think they only have 1 vision, right? Yeah, so he can't see me. I don't have to attack that tank on the middle island. It's not really going to do anything to me. Let's go ahead and check this reef just in case, and you can see he also has a tank over here. So that battleship will pretty much be dead. So I think because he can't see me, we can actually go over here and drop off this mech and get ready to capture the HQ next turn. Nothing in that forest either, so everything's looking pretty good for us.
Oh dear.
Battleship attacked my cruiser. Alright. Destroy that. Let's go ahead. We're going to actually put our mech down here. And destroy this battleship. So now I can take a chance, and if I'm lucky, he will actually try to attack my mech from this plane and get trapped. He won't be able to move, or he'll probably attack me from the road. Either way, my battleship will be ready to defend it, and if it does take an extra turn, that's fine. Let's just bring my medium tank and infantry over. Or I'm going to actually unsubmerge my sub. Maybe he wants to attack that for some reason. So he did get trapped, therefore I am going to win this next turn. What I mean by trapped is if you can't see a unit in the fog, and you try to move to a square where there is a unit, then you'll get what's called being trapped. I can show it right here. There is a tank on this city, and if I try to move over here and unload my medium tank onto the city, I get trapped, and I can't continue doing my action. So that's what I mean by he got trapped here. He tried to attack from the plane instead of going over here to the road, because the plane offers 1-star defense, so it was a bit more logical. But he couldn't see that I had a mech here because the tank was right here, and you can only see 3 squares away. The only reason I can see this mech that's capturing his HQ is you can see your properties, as you guys can see over here. I can see my own properties, but I can't see the terrain around it. And so that's why he wanted to attack my mech. Go ahead and destroy it, and this is capture HQ and win. So Fog of War is a bit tricky, but it's it's pretty simple once you know the basic rules of it. Okay, Grit, now you're going to answer some questions. Why in blazes did you switch over to Blue Moon? Grit, Nell, what are you doing here? Hey there, Nell, it's been a long time. Max, would you please leave us alone for a minute? Sure. You look well, all things considered. I worry about you. Yeah, I'm doing alright. How about you? You and Max getting along? So that's the reason you left Orange Star? You sense Max's feelings because he's your friend? You... Whoa there, hold on. Now, let me set you straight. I did what I did because that's who I am, darling. I go where I want to go and stay where I want to stay. That's it. Oh, See you around, Nell. You take care.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Grit. Grit. Okay, so a fairly simple mission again. All the Blue Moon ones are pretty much there to give you the basics of the game. But now when things are going to start getting interesting. Not to mention Olaf is, one of the easier codes to face as well. Grit is difficult, but the maps that he's being given are a little bit easy to defeat. Alright, so we're going to move on to mission 11. This is the last one in the Blue Moon area. However, it is not against a Blue Moon CO. It's going to be against Eagle. And this is called Sammy's debut because this is where we're going to meet our third commanding officer, Sammy. Now, on this mission, I have the option of choosing any of the COs. Sammy is a infantry specialist as well as a transport unit specialist. So I will choose her to show her off on this mission.
Try to keep up.
But any of the commanding officers would be good for this one. Mission 11, Sammy's debut. Alright. I think I've seen those guys before. Those look like Green Earth troops. I've heard rumors that they have an independent battalion around here. They're supposed to be really tough, especially their air units. I know, I've never seen that kind of airplane before. Do you need a debriefing on new airs? No. I don't think so. No, I'm good. Do I not seem good? Don't worry, kid. It's simple. Fire jets fight in the sky and bombers bomb the ground. Remember that air units ignore terrain movement penalties, so they also don't get any terrain bonuses. There's a trade-off. That's a Special Forces commander for you. Anyway, hey wait, did you say you've seen them before, Andy?
Okay.
Yeah, their commander seemed really mad at me. And you
Not
survived?
bad, Andy.
Not bad, Andy. Nice
work,
work, kid.
yeah.
Alright, let's roll. Alright, so here's Sammy, an infantry specialist that has trouble with other ground units. She's a proud graduate of Special Forces training. Her infantry gain plus 20% firepower and plus 10 to defense. They also capture at with 50% extra speed, and her other direct combat units lose 10% firepower. Transport units gain plus 1 movement range. To summarize, as you guys can see, the infantry gain a little bit of yellow for extra firepower. Everything else that's a direct combat unit will lose 10%, and that's why they're blue. Her indirects are neutral, so they're neither good nor bad. They're just, plain neutral. But her transport units all gain plus 1 movement because of her infantry abilities. The other thing is when she captures a property, normally a 10 infantry will capture a property by 10, and you need 20 to capture it. Instead, she's going to add an extra 50% to that capture rate. So half or 50% of 10 is 5, and therefore she's going to do 15 capture to the property. Now if her infantry is damaged, let's say it's a 6, normally it will only do 6, but you add 50%, and that'll be 3, so her 6 infantry will actually capture 9. So she's actually really good for capturing properties, especially capturing enemy HQs, because she can capture them a lot faster. And even if a unit were to damage the infantry, she might be able to capture it. So, and she gets the 10% extra defense. So she's a really good CO, but not for every situation. So we have a lot of Eagle copters here, and we also have a missile launcher, but we do get a nice sized army to deal with it. We got 2 battlecopters, a bomber, and a fighter. We also have a missile launcher and a couple anti-airs. So we're going to start. We're going to transport our infantry over here to his HQ and capture it, because there's not many units guarding it, but there are a lot of units on this side as well as over here in the fog, so I'm going to slowly take care of them. Let's go ahead and move most of my army this way, my ground troops at least. We're going to put the infantry into the T-copters, because they can move further. We're going to move around back this way. Let's go ahead and move out this way as well. I think I'll put them back down here for now. So let's bomb that missile launcher. Let's see, we can use the fighter, I think, to attack a battlecopter here. We'll use the anti-airs to destroy the copters. They deal 97% damage because of the lack of 10%, or 10%, correct? Yeah, minus 10% for her direct combat units, but with 3% luck, we can kill in one shot, and we do most of the time. Let's go ahead and finish off the battlecopters with our own. Destroy the missile launcher. And then we can move out a little bit with our transports. Might as well move over here. And again, infantry in mountains give extra vision, so we're going to drop this one off right here. The Orange Star Army. Those are Andy's troops. I will be beaten again by Andy and his ilk. This time I shall crush them with one decisive blow. And so again, the AI is probably going to move a lot of troops in, but because he cannot see me, he probably won't make any engagements. Alright, so it is now my turn once more. As long as my ground troops are in the force, it will be hard for him to try and counterattack me. So let's go ahead and move out like this. We're going to take care of this tank before it spots my ground troops. Let's go ahead and destroy it like so. Move back into the T-copter, move back into the APC. I'm going to go over here and drop off into the mountains. So now we see a bomber. We're going to go ahead and get the first strike using my fighter. So now it's 2, which is really good. We're also going to drop off our infantry here. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want my transport copters to be as safe as possible, because I know Eagle has probably some fighter units, and so we're going to try to protect our air units behind this wall of ground troops. And Eagle cannot see the ground troops because they are in the forest. Right, same thing with the copter. We're going to move it back here as well. So he should have his co-power, and again, his co-power lightning drive allows his non-infantry units to move again after they've already moved this turn. So let's see if he does that. So he does have a fighter here, and there's another fighter, which is not good. His bomber also hit my anti-air.
When it comes to fighting Orange Star, I'll pull no punches.
So here comes his lightning drive. It's gonna hurt, but because his attack and defense are reduced by a lot, it might not hurt as much as I think. He will destroy my fighter, and probably will destroy my my anti-air. But everything else should be relatively safe. So now is my turn. I also have my co-power. I think I'm going to use it just because of the extra firepower I can get from it. So again, every co-power, regardless of what it does, will grant a big passive 10% attack and defense to all units. So now we can use my anti-air to destroy the bomber, but we also have the fighters in range as well. We'll go ahead and attack the bomber first, because it's kind of in the way. I'm going to attack this infantry. Again, we're going to keep our troops, or at least the air units, safe around an army of ground troops. Because these fighters will pick off my T-copters like nothing. So, see, bombers only have 2 vision, fighters have also 2 vision. So we can't keep my copters safe unless I move away. Let's go ahead, I want to go over here. We're going to actually leave our T-copters where they are and surround them with ground troops. Like so. Because I don't want to lose them, and as long as there's ground troops surrounding them, the fighters cannot get to them. The bombers are already damaged, so they probably won't deal too much damage to the ground troops anyways. Yeah, we'll stay like that. And see what he does. So he has a healthy battle copter there. His fighter got trapped on my APC. His other fighter's not going to move because it can't do anything. So this is great, because now my missile launcher is in range of his fighter. Let's go ahead and hit it for a nice juicy target. I can't quite reach his fighter yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if we clear out that battlecopter, then we can reach. So let's see if we can kill with my own copters here. And we can, which is perfect. So now we can use my anti-air to attack the fighter. So we can start moving our transport copters forward now. And alright, so now what we're going to do is something kind of funny. We're going to actually trap his bombers using my ground troops like so. Oh, I couldn't quite do it, but that's okay. We'll have to move our bomber over here as well. Not like the bombers can really do anything from where they are anyways, because they are damaged heavily. So as long as the T-copters get to the right, we will be able to finish the mission. Alright, very good. So again, using the missile launcher, just keep killing some of these air units. It's not really going to matter what these units do anyways. So go ahead and keep this one hidden from attacks. Keep moving on over. See if there's anything hidden in the forest over here. So it looks like it's going to be all clear. Let's go ahead and drop off our infantry, and we can start capturing next turn. So Eagle does have troops in the south, but we don't really need to bother with them as long as we're capturing his HQ. Alright, so we can once again finish off his troops here. And then we're going to start capturing that HQ. Doesn't look like anything's going to stop us. But just in case, we are going to surround my infantry with my air units and my infantry in the back. So if there is anything nearby, it won't be able to reach it. And there you go, and that's how you beat this mission. Fairly simple. Just need to take your time. Make sure you don't lose your anti-air units, so the anti-air missile and fighter too early. Otherwise, you can't destroy Eagle's fighters and copters, and they'll pick off the T-copters. Commander Eagle, I do believe we have been beaten, sir. Impossible. I, Eagle, lost again.
It happens to the best
Happens
of
to
us.
the best of us. And who might you be? My loss is none of your concern. The name's Sammy. I'm an Orange Star CO. Indignant of it, losing yet again to such an inexperienced lot. Excuse me? You're just careless. That's why you keep losing. We're a capable group of COs here. Maybe you should head back to basic training and pick up a few new strategies. Your old ones don't seem to be working out so well. I beg your pardon. Orange Star Commanding Officer Andy, or Sammy, was it? Yes. I would like to apologize for my behavior. It was inappropriate. Oh, well, okay. I vow by my lucky goggles that the next time we meet, I will do better, and I will treat my opponents with the respect they deserve. For now, I take my leave. Farewell. Wait a minute. No one said you could leave. And he's gone. At least he seems like a halfway decent guy after all. Alright.
Onward.
Now it's on to Gold Comet. So in the original version of the game, the army that we would be facing next used to be called Yellow Comet. But due to, in a way, censorship, it is being renamed to Gold Comet. I won't necessarily tell you guys why it's being censored, but I'm just letting you guys know it used to be called Yellow Comet, and it's been changed to Gold in this reboot camp. Another reason why, even though this army is red colored, the army is called Orange Star, even though it technically probably would have been called Red Star, but there is also another censorship there, and that's why it's not Red Star Army. So anyways, I think we'll go ahead and play the first mission of Yellow Comet. There's only one mission for all of these, so we'll play this one first and give you a heads up on what Gold Comet is all about. We are allowed to choose our CO here. I always prefer like Andy or Sammy because of our use of indirect units. Max is a possibility, but I think I will stick with my favorite commanding officer, Andy.
Got this.
And I say indirects are important with this mission, and you guys will see why. There, Canberra arrives. Uh-oh, I was just planning on passing through Gold Comet, but Canberra's elite forces spotted us before we even crossed the border. This is bad. Canberra's elite forces? Yeah, according to our intel, they're the best trained troops in the region. The high equipment costs and salaries per soldier must make them awfully hard to maintain. Best trained, huh? Sounds like fun. I could use a challenge. Challenge? Yes. Fun? Wait till you see what these guys are capable of. Come on, you elite forces. Show us what you can do. Alright, so here we have the leader of Gold Comet, who has a soft spot for his daughter. His superior units are full of fighting spirit, yet they come at a cost. All units are deployed at plus 20% to their cost, but they also gain 20% firepower and defense. So as you guys can see, unlike Andy, who is neutral all around, Kanbei's forces get a 20% attack power and defense. So pretty much all his units, even when they're on a bridge or a road, they have the same defense as if they were in a forest. And if they're on a city, which gives 3 defense, then they have an extra 50% defense. So Kanbei's units are very tough to deal with, but they do cost 20% extra. However, on a map like this, where neither player will be building any units, he doesn't have to worry about that. So in any case, his morale boost, his co-power, gives his units an additional 20% firepower and an additional 10% defense. So it's not that great. It's just an extra 10% firepower pretty much, which isn't a lot, or 20%. So anyways, as you guys can see, we have a couple rocket units sitting out in the open. What we're going to do is we're going to actually charge in and we're going to kill these rockets first. And then, right after that, we're going to fall back. And the reason we're going to fall back is because Kanbei has a lot of strong tanks. His tanks are practically twice as strong as mine, and in overall attack and defense. So as soon as he hits me, we're going to retreat behind these mountain ranges here, and we're going to use our indirect units to pick off his army. So we're just going to kind of move out like this, and get my indirects into range, ready to fight. So he is going to successfully pick off my tanks, but that's okay. It's worth it to destroy those rockets. Alright, so now we can use our medium tanks to block his regular tanks from entering my city area. And then we can start actually picking off his units from distance using my rockets. We can go ahead and go on the forest for now. This might be a good idea. And so we can move back, I think, with this mech. We don't need it to be getting attacked yet. Okay. And we'll just wait. He's going to be charging at me because he wants to try and destroy us. But unfortunately his units won't be able to do that much damage. Now those medium tanks are quite scary. Those are the ones we really have to take out. The smaller tanks don't really scare me all too much. So now this medium tank is getting close. It's actually going to be in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Even if my medium tank's on the city, he will be able to attack me. So what we're going to do, I'm going to actually hit it, both of them, with my rockets. That way they're both damaged, and even if he wants to attack my medium tank, it really won't matter. So we're actually going to move back one square here onto these cities and let him come in and attack me this turn, and then we'll use my co-power on the next one to repair any damage he deals to me.
The forces of Gold Comet will show you the true meaning of strength.
Yeah.
Morale boost.
I love the animation for morale boost, and all the units start jumping and cheering. It's really cool. So he actually voted to use his tank to attack my medium tank, which is a bit surprising and a bit stupid. But it's a kind of a recurring theme in this game, or series, that Kanbei, just like Olaf, they're kind of stupid. They're not, not to be mean, they're just not that smart when it comes to tactics.
I'm all revved up.
But that's what their fellow other commanding officers are for. In this case, Grit for Olaf, and then Kanbei has his daughter Sonia, who is his advisor. So let's go ahead and use the... So now my units are full power again, and we get an extra 10% attack boost. We're going to make sure we target this artillery before it tries to kill me. However, the medium tanks are still the prime targets we want to go after. So we're going to go after here, use the artillery to hit the medium tank. And we'll destroy the artillery like this. I think we're okay to attack from the mountains. We get 40% extra boost here. So we can just start killing all these units like this. We're actually going to have the infantry get ready to attack down here and attack this infantry that's capturing. If his tank moves down, that's actually okay. We can use the rocket to pick it off. So all these movements are actually okay by me. Because now, you can destroy the medium tank with the artillery. Use our far rocket to attack the mech. This one can destroy this tank. You know, and so on and so forth. It's all pretty, you know, easy to see what we're doing. And our medium tanks are going to charge in and follow these damaged units and destroy them. Go ahead and start attacking here. His units are really strong, so this kind of hurts, but we're actually okay. Gather your courage. Do our enemy a mighty blow. Doesn't help when your units are all damaged. Okay. And even though I'm losing this conflict, we can actually regroup, and now I have a nice, healthier infantry. And we have the mechs incoming to back up. Let's go ahead and keep charging our units forward here. We'll attack the mech along the way, but we're still going to charge to that medium tank before they can recover any HP. So we can skip those are minor dialogues that they say every turn. Alright, so now we can use the mechs down here to help out the infantry. Then we'll just start picking these guys off with our indirect units. Let's destroy these two tanks. And then we'll win on the next turn. I think we're going to lose a little bit of speed. I think we should have beat him on this turn had I done everything as fast as possible, but like I said, I'm not really going for 100%. We're just trying to get it as much as possible. Alright, so using the indirect is the way to beat Kanbei. His units are really strong in direct combat, but as long as his units can't attack back, then you don't really have to worry. Preposterous! How could so many of Kanbei's great forces be defeated so quickly? Generations of the finest soldiers led onto the battlefield by the deepest bonds of allegiance and belief that we will prevail, and yet, Kanbei won't forget this. Withdraw.
Wow, that was tougher than I expected.
These guys are good. Yes, they are. So I did lose a little bit of speed, but we are okay. Actually, it looks like the game was telling us we probably could have won on day 5, since I beat it on day 8, I think. Or maybe we could have won on day 6, I'm not even sure. Either way, you technically could have beaten this a lot faster, and I know that. There are ways to beat it faster, but maybe keeping your tanks alive. But I like to kill those rockets really early, so that was a nice quick mission. I hope you guys enjoyed a little taste of Gold Comet. There will be more to come. We're going to do 2 more Kanbei missions. Yeah, 2 more Kanbei missions. And then after that, we're going to be facing his daughter, Sonya. Preview here. Here's Sonya. And she has, you know, a bit of a unique play to her style as well. But yeah. So that was we're going to start entering Gold Comet after the next episode. We'll go through Sonya's missions as well, and then we'll head on to Green Earth. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.